Alright, so we are going to review Stollery Astra's Hightowers Castle board. This is going to be just part one. We're going to just do the outside first. I already have a complaint. So I'm going to treat his board like I would anybody else's. And it's a lot of learning experience. It's not so much giving somebody a score, but see how other people use Talespire. YouTube, if you hear people talking in the background, that is chat. They can pretty much say whatever they want. Okay, I've already turned off his music. He had some of the in-game music playing. No big deal. Let me lock this. Let me scroll down. Alright, so this was uploaded just recently, and it already has 40 likes. So
Mini wheat roofing.
we'll see how this goes. Yes, we're gonna, like I said, we're just gonna do the outside first, and that's just so that we can break things down. Discover this bigger than life castle full with 60 plus rooms and many more secrets. Built as a realistic castle with some fantasy elements, this board even includes a full village that comes with the castle. Discover and explore this map on Talespire. Thanks to Scarnor for co-working on this board. Link to his board. I've reviewed Scarnor's board before. There's an Illustrator page and Patreon stuff. Alrighty, let's start tearing apart this board. Because it's more about learning things from other people than it is critiquing them. Because there's no right or wrong way to build in Talespire. This looks like a rundown church, maybe? Let's see if there's anything inside. We'll kind of just take this slowly and building by building. Little church area set up. I like his little altar. What do you use here? That's a... let me actually hit the right button here. That is the dress or the curtains. I think so we have that. Like the roofs. Little confessional. The signs and doors. Let me turn the exposure up a little bit so we can see. Oh, by the way, let's turn the fog off because there's no reason to have the fog on for this. Now we can see in the inside a little bit better. He used pictures here for those blackened looking windows. Can't tell if that's meant on purpose. I like what he's done with the different textures here. Like that's to give this, he's got a stone staircase clipped in. And since he's doubled up on the walls, you really can't tell. I don't know what's going on with the windows here. But yeah, so if you want that edge, what's this piece? Oh, that's a different wall. So he's doubling up on walls. That, I guess, will allow for more clipping to give you a more of a variety, especially with these castle walls. Going this way. Stairs, I see that he, if you double wall with stairs, you can get it to line up like this as well. Goes up to here. Little storage area. That leads up to the bells. I think, is everybody making bells? Oh, no, he used a different piece. Okay. Is everybody making bells the same?
It looks like an issue with the castle window being rounded.
Yeah. And going up to the roofs. Now, he's kind of got it, like, looking the roof looking crappy by clipping the stairs in there. And
the picture corners might have been showing.
Yeah. Odd shape roof. That looks like one of mine. Fantastic. Little ledge here. Using the boat ramps to make this kind of wood. I don't know how I feel about the 3 different colors of roofs. That's a me thing. That's not a him thing. Using 2x2s on top of each other. Just clipping 2x2s, and that'll give it that look. That's nice. I'm more interested in learning how he does roofs because I'm atrocious at them. Then it got just stairs clipped in to kind of look like beams. Railings. Like, stuff like this, like that, for me, that bugs me. But some of that stuff you just can't get around. He used a lot of beams for like breaking up wall patterns. And normally I don't build structures this big. Hang on, let's see if we can get a decent view here. Yeah, I normally don't build structures this big, and it's because of a pattern issue that you just kind of have with the game. Wall crumbling and stuff like that going on. What is this little area here? Just like a little rundown area. Okay. Anything underneath? No. He does the tree bush thing that I do. He uses a lot of the two fern. See, this I don't like. It's because there's just so many of the one asset. Like, they're everywheres. Me and him kind of build around the trees the same. Turn this back up a little bit. Some rock work. Now, if you don't like these edges, he used the 2x2s here. Yeah, see, I'd like to see some more of the 1x1s used. If you want to get rid of these edges, what you can do. So there'll be some stuff that you can try out as well. That I will, like, if I see something I could possibly fix, you can do something like this with the dirt to kind of hide that edge a little bit, so it's not just a block. He's doing the half clipping for these, so you just take it and go, instead of going, you know, at the bottom here where you see all the ground, do the half clip. Yeah, a lot of the 2x2 ferns, I'm not a big fan of that. Nice tree roots. I love the bushes. That's a me thing. I do that all the time. So it's a nice little platform. Other than these just stand out. I mean, either take them away altogether, or use the dirt thing. So you could do the dirt thing here. You know, and fill that gap. Trees. I'm not a big fan of these trees right here, of just sitting on the ground. He did use the different trees. Did he clip a tree in here? Oh, he clipped a tree in here to give it a different look. That's a good idea. Kind of the same thing over here with the squares on top. Let's take a look at his pathing. Is this... Alright, so he did the stairs here. I've been using these walls a bit more. I don't know how I feel about the fence, and that's a texture thing on Talespire. We just don't have any crappy looking fences, and I talked about this last night. And I'm not a big fan of these paths, so I'm gonna tear his board up and see what a different path set would look like. So if you like that, we talked about this in my tips and tricks video the other day. Use it. Because, like I said, there's nothing wrong. I just want to see if the swamp tiles would look better.
Need to fix your mic.
I need to fix my mic. What's wrong with it? So there's no audio playing, but my mic's being picked up. See, I like this better than this, and I think it's just because it's the same piece over and over again. And it's just got that pattern that you can't really get around. I like the street lights. It's a neat idea. What is this? Is this?
Seemingly need to fix all sound.
I don't know what that means. Everything looks fine on my end. Everything was fine during the Bethesda stream. So he just took that and clipped it in there. Okay, maybe it's your sound. But I like the little light posts. Do like a low camera angle here. I like that. So Talespire has the issue of seeing off into the horizon all the water. But yeah, the fences just don't look right. Like everything else looks like it's crumbling and falling apart. The fences don't. Like I like the just a little turn
We
of
can't
that.
hear you. Not sure I like the mud. I tend to like the cracked clay tile. Or TDS.
Everything sounds fine. No one's complained. Only you. I think it's a you thing.
For roads.
Yeah. The cracked clay tile. I don't know which one that is off the top of my head. Same thing out here. I would like to see a bit more variety with the leaves. Like, why is there acorns out here? There's no pine trees out here. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. I like the level terrain, and that's something that I'm trying to get better at.
I can hear fine. Are you muted, duh?
Yeah, double A, that's a you thing. Everybody else is fine. Broken stuff. I really don't know what this area is supposed to be. Maybe an old tower?
In nature, not sand, but similar.
Okay. Oh, these right here. Okay, let's try this. So, Black Wolf is another Talespire builder on Twitch, and she's suggesting these cracked roads. I've never really used these before, actually. Let's take a look at them. I'm just kind of middle mouse wheel clicking these. Okay, I like those. For like a bigger, wider road, yeah, I definitely like these. And there's enough variety in them just by rotating that they work okay. Hi, baby. So
Seems that I needed to refresh the stream.
yeah, you're garbage. So yeah, roads, I like that, Blackwell. That's a good idea. And that looks better than the mud. Then I like the mud better than these roads. You'd have to go back and read. There wasn't any games that really like stood out. Grounded's being fully released, and that looked like a lot. But yeah, you have to just go back and don't fall asleep this time. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about these here. Now underneath here, I like them. I think they work well under here. So he still has the similar pointy roof issues that I have. Fantastic.
The mud tile just makes me think of potting soil, so it wouldn't be good for roads. The cracked dirt looks traveled.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really built roads. They're more paths than anything else. They're like more like one lane paths, and I'm okay with that. So here's like a little work area. I like what he did with the shelter. So he clipped these in here to kind of give it an edge on some spots. And I see where he's going with this, especially with like this piece here. I don't know what he's done and what Scardor did, but yeah, these just need to be fixed. There's no reason for this to be like this at all. We'll head out here. Same thing with this. Get rid of these. They make no difference at all. I'd probably like to see a little bit more variety in the rocks as well, because he's only used the two. And this is another one of those tutorial things I went over. Is I do things in layers. You know, even taking something like this, it'll break up that gray a little bit. I know he used these. No reason not to break up the gray a little bit. Stuff like that'll break up the gray pattern. I think. Nice touch with the crow. I like the big, huge holes up here. I kind of wish we had banners. This would look awesome if we had banners. What if we? Hang on. I'm just curious to see what something looks. Interior? No. Furniture. I'll remember how this game works. You could take this big pole idea. I don't like it sticking out so far on the end. And do the carpet as like just huge banners. So that's not a bad idea to use.
Rugs.
Yeah. Carpets, rugs. It's not, I don't mind. I like that as like big banners. A little market stall. Nice clipping with the apples in there. So he's using this piece as like a roof for a lot of structures. I like that idea. I've not been having much luck myself with these market stall pieces, so maybe that's what I need to look into.
The single green rug.
Yeah. Like this. Do something like that on both sides and there we go. That looks better. Problem is you just have the one rug that does that. Then the other rug that you could use is pretty far out. Yeah, it's a nice clipping. I don't know what there's not too much of a background on the village, but it's looking good so far. I like that he's taking these roofs that are garbage and kind of fixing things, you know. He's offsetting them and doubling them up so it looks like it's garbage. Hang on, I'm going to see some. Okay. So it looks like there was a stage up here at one point. Bags floating. Welcome to Talespire. If your bags are floating, welcome to Talespire. Nice chest. Once again, someone just went nuts with these the pine cones. Pine cones and the 2-leaf stuff. Stuff's just kind of all. Oh, what do you do with this? Hang on. Let's pop this off here. So they took this piece, clipped it into there. What's this? They took the tables to give this a design. So that's a nice touch with that. They took this piece, then clipped the pig in, so it looks like there's a pig sitting in there. So they took these roll flooring pieces, and did a lot of clipping of the other pre-made table assets. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Old wall here, old crumbled wall clipped through. I like this as almost like a garden path. Or like a sidewalk thing. I've been using the cobblestone fences for that, but I like this idea. This is stair pieces. Okay. So he used stair pieces, clipped them into the ground at the top slot there to give that path. Like a little marking of a path or foundation look to. A destroyed building. So if you're doing a destroyed building and you want the foundation look, the stairs clipped into the grass will give that to you. I'm going to probably just try to stay like right up the coast and we'll come back down, then we'll go around the outside. I like the little market sign they made. The vines growing almost looks like it's just barely holding together. Got a nice structure here. I guessed on the water level. We'll tinker with that in a second. Little wanted board. Mine's we really don't have anything that's like a flat piece of paper. And I think I did stone behind mine. Looks like he did wood behind his. But yeah, this is the horizontal paper, this is the scrolls, and this is the pillows. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pillow one or the scroll one. This was the one that I ended up choosing for mine. It's a nice touch. I don't know how I feel about the sign. I had a problem making my sign as well. Building on stilts. I'm kind of making these right now with a water or a lake town inspired build. I like that it's the entrance is underneath and not on the front. That's a nice touch. Oh, here's where they used the path. So they did the stone steps underneath. We'll go to the outside first before we go in. Street lamp, okay. A lot of the same vegetation. Like, I'm not going to be picky about seeing the thing underneath. I'm going to be more picky about this vegetation being the same everywhere. I know we don't have a lot, but ooh, he doubled up on pine trees here to make it look fuller. And a slightly taller without adding a whole nother level. I like that. So they're doubling up on pine trees that will give us a little bit fuller look. Alright, let's see here. Windows. These are awesome. So great idea to use these pictures as, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Shutters.
We need more veggies.
We do need more vegetables. I complain about that all the time. I like the light. I really like the shutters here. So he just took a picture for the mirror. You can you can fidget which way you want them to be, or you can close them and if you want them closed, they will fit right in there, it looks like. So that's a cool touch. You just use, oops, that was the whole floor. Just use this to put that up here. Yeah, hiding this bit is a bit difficult. I'm not a big fan of these, but when I liked it when it was raised up like this structure. The roof is really nice variety in the roof. And I'm gonna like any roof that's not mine because I suck at roofs. Anything up here? Nope. He just built this up anyways. Oh, that was me losing the floor. So there's no door on this. You just kind of walk up into this store. Looks like a store, maybe. Merchant place. Books. Nothing out of the ordinary that none of us haven't seen before. Other than the fact that there's no door, which just makes it weird. I like the poles in here as posts. Yeah, because they come all the way down into here. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see here. We'll keep moving along. I like the bridge. What do you use here? I'll use these things there, okay. Because it looks like it's like falling apart and crumbling. I like how he's got like the base look of it. Trees and stuff, okay. He did clip the mud tiles. Could add some fish in here. Could remove the pine. Oh, that's probably not that high, is it? Probably there. Could take out some of these pine cones and add in fish. More of these. This is kind of a nightmare to find. Why there's paper out here? I don't think I did that. I could have. I mean, I'd almost bring this up like that and end up losing this green piece, making the rock slightly taller so that you lose that. Like this here, I would just probably take something like that out or just raise the rock up. And that'll help clean up your edges a bit. Or with the double stuff. Yeah. You can rotate these to hide the rocks. Talked about that in the nature review video. Nature is like my strongest point. Like I love doing it. I like the arch up here. How did he do this? He took those half pieces, those pieces. I mean, he's not called the master of clipping for nothing. It's a nice bridge. The sign doesn't really make any sense here.
I've gotten a lot more strict about hiding edges if I can.
Yeah, me too. And it's usually with rocks, because I've been doing a lot of my nature stuff, and I run into that problem right there, where this sits up higher. Like, oh, no, fix that. The sign doesn't make sense here. See, now these look good. I like this as a broken fence. Like, these right here, these signs and, like, the debris piece, this looks better as a broken fence than this out here. I don't know if this is meant to be broken or not, but, like, with that being angled, I assumed. But yeah, this as a broken fence or, like, more of a rundown fence, I like this idea. That is the sign. That's the railing and that's not even debris pieces. These are just more signs and railings clipped into the ground. I guess that helps because then you're keeping that that same color going. Barrels and bushes I like. Trees fine. Oh, this is his windmill. I was like, why is this floating? But he made a huge windmill. I think I saw this on Hell's Tavern. Nice big windmill. Lots of debris. It's like more than I think that there should be. Here's a closed window. I did this around a sign to give it a frame. So those pieces I'm using more and more. Got a nice little loft roof area. What is this? Oh, it's a mirror. There's got like a mirror in here to build this. These are boxes. So this is the chicken bed. Oh yeah, it's just the chicken bed turned ever so slightly. These are boxes turned ever so slightly. So it's got that gear look to it. That's a nice idea if you need gears. Lots of hay and straw. Don't know why there's so many rocks in here. The bags, I don't like the bags. Get out of build mode. I don't like all the bags clipping in the ground. I know what he was going for. But we don't have, I wish we had this just an individual pile. But yeah, that I'm not a fan of. This I'm okay with, like trying to hide it and clip it into the structure. It's fine, but with the bag, it just doesn't look right. Go up on the windmill. Looks very cool. Like the structure itself is awesome looking. It's definitely a very rundown looking village. More tree and dirt clippings. Okay, he's got rocks clipping in there. Kind of look like a house, maybe. Old wall. More of these. Man, he must really love these. Whoever made these. Oh, is that the 1x1s? I think this might be the 1x1. Yeah, it's a 1x1. It's like, I love the ferns. I don't love them this much, though. The fireplace with the vines is a nice touch. Now, the roof here. How did he do this? So he just went a little bit higher. I don't know if I like that or not. So he's clipped. To get this one spot here, I think there's 3 different pieces clipped in here. 4 different pieces clipped in there. I don't know how... I like that they're not, plain and boring, but I also don't like how off it looks. Like, not every house has to look run down. What do they use for this gap? Because we have a problem with this gap right here. I used the side of the chicken bed. Flipped into that. This is this roof piece with this piece clipped on top. Oh, it deletes it when you move it. Dude, that's some of the stuff that I haven't got into yet. I ran into that problem with Strixhaven. Or if you're using this piece, but if you touch it, it deletes it. So that's how you get this angle for the plaster wall and it not have a plaster roof, is you clip this on top. Okay, I like that. Not a big fan of this. I mean, I think that you did it to hide the red. I see now. I really don't have anything else we could put there off the top of my head. It's a very good roof ideas. I like the accent pieces here. So they're built. He's using the red roof, the tavern roof angles to get that. And I've been complaining about that. I was like, why don't we just have this in this style? This is the double clipping of this. Give you a smaller window. I've seen that before. Let's go inside and look. I ended up turning this into like a 3-part episode. Lots of straw and stuff in here. I don't see a point in that. I mean, people wouldn't, unless the story calls for the people living in like filth. I don't see the straw laying in here being needed. Double stacked the side tables. He also does the reverse 2-stack. I like the bookshelf on top. The dresser. That's something new that I've not seen before. This I've seen. I do this. Fireplace. So he did. Okay. He's got the camp. I don't like the camp one here. That's a me thing, though. It's not necessarily like this is bad. I like the little edge here, though. Alright, everything else looks pretty basic in here. Pretty standard. This is something. That's another building. Outside looks pretty standard. I like the old ruined looking walls and stuff. I've started doing that with the Brigand build. Like, oh, this is the old seawall and stuff. So, that's a nice touch of former structures. Don't know what this is. We'll get to that in a second. Harbor pieces with the stairs. I like that. Lots of straw. I mean, this almost looks like just a compost bin. Go inside. He's got several different pieces here to give you different wood structures. He's clipping these in here to take away half the window for smaller windows. Inside, see, now this looks like a barn area. I would expect this to have the dirt and the hay bales in here. Nice little shelving with these pieces. He likes the rural floor set as not floors. That's something I should look into a bit more. All right, nice little farming area there. This looks like a compost thing. I'm not sure. I don't know why all these are just bones sticking out. Okay. A big reverse roof for stable. Yeah, he definitely does a lot of layering with the roofs to give you that different look. The railing up here, I like this. I like the railing as being frames. So that's a nice touch. Got a cellar, it looks like. Let's open this without the game crashing. Cellar to nothing. That bugs me. Looks cool. Don't ever open it though, chat. The problem with that is you can't even have anything because you have the water level this high. So either this needs to be up on a higher ground to have the cellar to work, or you just get rid of the cellar altogether. Now, we could do is if you want to keep the cellar, is if you have this open, put dirt and stuff in here. Have it as, it was once a cellar and now it's just completely filled in and there's just nothing there anymore. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely do something else with this other than just leaving this. Yeah, I would almost just fill this up. Shoot, if you wanted to, you could put mushrooms in here and this turned, it was what was once a cellar is now a mushroom farm. I don't like this being at the end of a board. You add, I mean, the board's already big enough without adding extra terrain around the outside to give it a more realistic look. I'd probably almost put this door on the main road. My players would be like, hey, what's beyond this? And I'm going to say nothing. Then they're going to go my immersion. So a little armory. The armory and stables is back here. He does such a good job with barrels and stuff. This is, and I've seen this before, and I've pulled this out on one of his other boards before. But it's it's the Grim set with the merchant barrels or the harbor barrels. Nice set. Okay, everything else looks pretty standard. You can clip the helmet into a box, and it just or the armor set into a box for just the helmet. You can also do that with the trap of this. You can clip this in as well, and you'll get that same look. Yeah, I just don't see a point in here. It's probably my only complaint there. All right, how much? So this is going back down this side here. All right, so let's just come straight back up the road. So you got like a watchtower here. I like the tower itself. Is it functional? All right, so there's a single ladder going up. There's a single ladder going up. And you shoot out of these slits here, and you use the barrels here from the Tavern set, the log pieces from the nature section. All right. I don't know if I like it that tall, though. Like, it makes sense being that tall, but, either players getting up there or having minis up there, for me, playing-wise, it's not feasible. I think it's too small. I think it's too small and too tall. If that makes any sense. A little guard hut shack here area. I like the angled sign. I might have to do that more so that it's not in the road. Let's see here. Same nature stuff as before. Just needs some more variety with the nature stuff. And it's got the castle walls here. Retaining wall. I like this look of the trees like cut down and stuff. Probably add this piece, which I don't use a whole lot, but yeah, you could definitely use something like that. You can make a pile of wood here that's not been collected yet. I'd like to see, there's some wood out here, it looks like. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more here. But everything else in this general, like, little cut down area looks good. This structure, man, it's so good. Like, the roofs and stuff look really great. for like that ruined building. I just don't know if I like this for any like normal day living. But for ruins, yeah, go this route every single time. You cannot do no wrong. See, my roof would look like this. He throws on a couple more layers and it looks like that. That is the difference between us. Inside, double clipping of the bed, nice. I like the little half wall here that he made. That's a good, nice little touch there. I'm dying today, chat. Nice little cooking hearth area. Okay. Just the stone walls and stuff like that. Yeah, something small and easy. I like that. I don't need this though. Going outside here, a little storage area.
Pony wall.
Yeah. I like this. It's a nice little touch. I don't think there's a way to hide that. Yeah. I just don't like it clipping out the backside, and that's just the size that they are. I'd probably almost do a smaller box. I'd almost pyramid this up. So something similar to this with this box on top. You know, use these, make a pyramid that looks like that. Use this box. Then you don't really have to worry about... You know, you can then do that. Like, I see what he was going for, but you can get around that extra clipping with that. Yeah, the structure looks nice. I like it.
I wonder if you could use the chicken bed instead of the full bale.
Let's look real quick. Because the chicken side sticking out would be brown, so it would look a little bit better. Let's, where's it at? Nature? Or no? Exterior? Exterior. See, it doesn't quite, and maybe he tried this, but it doesn't quite fill it out. I like it better, though. That's a good idea. Because then that even, you know, if you have that, it even gives the box a little bit more of a different design. So, good call on it. It's slightly different color, but I like this better than the bales with the hay sticking out. Good call on that. Got a build mode. Raise the roof here. Kind of going back this way. Got some like old ruined stairs. I like this wall. Like it looks like it's being rebuilt, and you have these holding it up. Like that's a cool little detail to a board right there. Like the grass and stuff sticking through. I like that. This is the stuff that I would never think of. Going up some old stairs that are maybe being rebuilt. Up to this structure here. This is up against the wall as well. You could do some vines, but if you wanted to do some moss as well, let's jump into build mode. We're going to try this. See, he just did all the hard work for me. Now I can test some stuff out. So instead of using the fern or even these bigger trees, use the bush. Have it barely kind of sticking through. And now you have kind of a mossy look back here. He's got some other floaters as well. Like this is floating. These are floating. These are floating. I didn't even catch that until I rotated this way. So yeah, having some old walls like this retaining walls, just clipping. I like this better than the tree. The tree looks good for this side. Move the tree a bit closer, and it'll still work. And still not really hurting anything here. This probably needs to be just rotated and clipped like that, so that it wasn't floating through, because it's got that L shape at the end. But I like that. I like how it's like built into the hill as well. This roof is this piece with multiple. So you need to start using multiple roll pieces per tile. Like there's 2 here. 2 here. This one clips a little bit lower than he uses this piece here to give it an edge. Coming out 1 more. I need to start doing that better. He's using the doors that I absolutely hate. I hate these doors. And it's because they fling open so fast. I'm having some streaming issues, so. Or encoding issues. So if I drop frames or lag, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't like this because it flings open so fast. Not a fan of this. It's just too patterny. I wouldn't make the pile this big. Once again, the dirt. The dirt hasn't been putting the dirt in these places, but the if it's this has recently been attacked or stuff like that, or if it's being sieged and the people are all living inside the castle walls, then sure, I could see that being a dirty, filthy place that's torn down and being destroyed. Or, it's recently been reconquered. I could see that. But for me, there's too much straw in here. The fireplaces are nice. Better than mine. Mine are usually way too big. Because I just can't figure it out because I'm a dummy. I don't know why all this is here. This is just adding extra tiles. You don't need any of this down here. I don't even know, what piece is this? Oh, it's just the farming one. Yeah, it's underground. You don't need any of this. It's just causing the game to load up more assets. Going back across the water here. Now, the problem is water's only so tall here. If you have the water here, at this level, is this supposed to be dried up? I mean, he's got the swamp pieces in here, so now I'm assuming so. It's like a sewer drain. That's disgusting. So this is all poop. Congrats. We now have a river of poop. With something this narrow, though, if you want water, what you could try. Could try the blue bed. If you have it narrow enough, you can have the water in here. Then hide that with rocks. Udi's done that. He's built like a full-blown waterfall. I've tried to mess with it a little bit, but that's just something you could try if you don't want this all to be just poop water. Nice little bridge here. I like that idea. That's a check for the players to get across. I like the little windows in here, just to give these pieces a bit more detail. Lumber mill looking area. Really don't know what I'm looking at. Could definitely do some work on these edges, and I would just do them to hide them. Back to using all the ferns again. Like this, just take the bush and just raise it up. Even if that corner is just sticking out. Just doing something like that, or even go ahead just sliding that up. It's not affecting the board any, and it cleans it up. I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. Like this whole contraption. Yeah, that's stuff I can't do. Brother Hannon's really good at building gigantic structures like that as well, and that's just something I do not have the brain capacity to figure out. Going down to this house, once again built into the side of the hill, and that's a great idea. It just adds something different to the houses. Or to the buildings. It's not even a house. It looks like a little storage place with a little armory again. And he's getting into the town being so big that we're running out of ideas, it looks. So if you have that problem, have a story and a background for every building. For me, it makes it so much easier to build. Like, why is this building the way it is? Why do these people have these items here? Stuff like that is super helpful for me. Nice structure out here. Is this tall enough? So, Talespire has a sizing issue where the designers and the devs can't figure out the same height on things. So this table is flipping huge. Like, this isn't raised up or floating or anything. Like, this is sitting right here on the wood and it's chest high. I rarely use this table. And if I do, you might as well just go ahead and, put a mini out there. And, yeah, it's just that table. There's some other tables that are like that are super big. But yeah, this is a little on the small side for me, height-wise, for players. But yeah, that table you gotta clip down. You can't get around that. Neat little area. I think he's overdoing it with that. I mean, there's some hay in here, like putting it here would make sense, but all the way over here, nah. Ooh, I like this. What do you do here? Okay, so he took these floors and put those roll pieces with the railings. He clipped them underneath. They clipped those pieces. I like that. That's a good idea. Vines could move that out just a smidge. Railing and stuff looks nice out here. Once again, this is one of those things I would have never thought of, and it looks awesome. It's just like a little outdoor storage area. Lots of pine cones, lots of same stuff over and over again out here. The custom plants are fun to make. I've been making more and more custom stuff, and it's just flipping other nature stuff into Talespire. Alright, so we got so this stair goes up. The designs of these houses are amazing. No door, once again, blows my mind. So it kind of comes up to a storage area, then here's the door into some bedroom. I wish we had more double bed assets, but we do not. We have the one, and it's a gothic look, and it's weird. But yeah, having this just as a double bed would be great. And you just take them and just clip them close enough. You're still going to get the line between, but can't really help that. This is pretty tight space for a room. With the door that I hate, but it works. Kind of come out here on the balcony. Some of the designs, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it ruined? Is it ransacked or not? There's nothing like that in the Talespire or Tales Tavern post, so we kind of looked at this area here a little bit. Ooh, I like this. Took the big statue, flipped it into these arches here to give this some design. Only downside is that it's the exact same design and the exact same cracks. With everything already having like overgrown and broken stuff, it definitely takes some nature and fill that in. Got a tree here. Could use the bush. Could use the vines. I try to break up these a little bit so that it's not all repetitive with the cracks. If it was like a design that was repetitive, sure, it'd look great. But if it's cracks, it doesn't look right to me. All right, we're We're not going to do the inner castle today. That's going to be a whole nother stream. We're going to just take a quick view around the nature around the outside, because that is my specialty. Biggest complaint is all the two fern. The rocks don't look bad. I would definitely add in more variety. So, taking, so I do bigger mountain pieces, side pieces like this in layers. You know, do the big gray ones first, then come back through and start adding in the next tier size one. Come back through and start adding in the sandstone one. And it just breaks it up enough where it's not the same gray rock over and over and over. Now, outside of story-wise, go ahead and, keep it the same. If it's gray stone mountain, yeah, sure, all the stone's gonna look the same, and that makes perfect sense. I like the vine out here coming over the edge, and what is this, a tree? Is this a tree or another vine? Another vine. Okay, he's doubled up on vines to make it longer. I like the trees in here. I do this as well. And where you can, I'd like to see a bit more greenery here. So that's my two things with the stone on the outside. It's just need more layers to it. He's got layers to everything else. Might as well do it for the stone as well. A tree cut down. Oh, I like this idea of taking this plain one and clipping these branch looking things into it so it looks like it's a cut down tree. That's cool. I like this a lot. And he has these bushes here kind of looking like the top of the tree. Yeah, that's cool. We're not worried about the castle walls or anything like that. Dead tree out here. Got a little cove area back here. I like this. I like hidden stuff like this. Whether it be, model train sets or Talespire builds, I like just random hidden stuff like that. Let's flip the sun. So I can critique this. Same thing as the other side. Just add in more greenery, more layers. Now here, this is okay. And you start adding in the castle stuff here. But out here, this needs more layers. Got a waterway in there. We'll explore that all later. We're just kind of doing the nature around the castle itself. Same thing as before. Yeah, the steps here looks good. Pine cones out here don't make any sense. Because where's the pine trees at? There's a lot. If you had it a cut down forest of pine trees, then sure, it'd make perfect sense. I get why they're out here of trying to just kind of put stuff here, but it doesn't make sense. A little offering shrine. Do a little path. Do a little overgrown path coming through here. If there's a little shrine back here, yeah, do a little hidden path. Kind of spruce that up a bit. Nothing really up here. What, the back side of the castle? Yeah. Which is fine. You could do something up here if you wanted to fill in that space. The walls are these walls. I really like these. That's awesome. Same thing as before with the rocks going around. Kind of the same issue all the way around with the rocks. It takes some time, but in the end, it'll look way better. Pine cones again. We're not going to talk about this. I'm going to consider that part of the castle. Adding in some of these dead bushes and stuff, good idea. You don't need to probably have that many right next to each other, but good idea. And yeah, so that's going to be part 1 of reviewing Istallri's newest board with the outside of the town, and then the outside of the castle. Next week, if I'm available, we'll do um, the castle itself because it's so big that it's going to need at least one whole session to itself. So we'll probably do the outer bit of the castle, the under bit, and everything on the inside, and see how long it takes. That might be a 2-parter just for the castle. So, Twitch chat, thanks for hanging out. YouTube, thanks for hanging out. I want to be done for the day. I don't know if I'll be back this evening for Universe Sim, because I am dying as of now. But yeah, like I already see some complaints I'm going to have with this, but we'll get into it. We're gonna go looking for someone to raid. Refresh my friends list here and see. We'll do stuff. Kabubi's doing Talespire.
Have fun.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll go raid Kabubi. Looks like they're playing. We'll get through the ad here. But I'm gonna try to be somewhat productive the rest of the day. If I do feel like streaming again tonight, we'll play Universe Sim. If not, I'll just go to bed.
Sorry, have been helping my sister build a werewolf.
Oh,
We are
nice.
already starting for Halloween.
Awesome. Alright, well, let's go raid Kabubi. They're playing Talespire. I got 4 seconds to get through this ad. We'll go say hi to them.
Are we obviously not rolling for initiative?